Welcome to Cat Nights, tales of Scheherazade, where bedtime becomes magical, and cats bring legendary stories to life. The legend of the night is full of wonders. The beginning of the 7 voyages of Sinbad the Sailor, where the footsteps of a curious sailor echo across the seas. Cat version. So, relax, and let's begin. In the glittering city of Baghdad, where towers pierced the sky and the markets bustled with endless life, there lived a restless young cat named Sinbad. He was no ordinary feline. His fur was as white as fresh ivory. His emerald eyes shone with curiosity, and his paws were never still. Though he had been born into comfort, his family wealthy, his home filled with cushions and silver bowls of cream, Sinbad longed for something more. Every morning, he padded down to the harbor, where the air was thick with the smell of salt, spices, and fish. There he watched mighty ships rise and fall with the tide, their sails snapping like the wings of giant birds. Rugged sailor cats with scarred ears and striped tails loaded goods from distant lands, shimmering silks, baskets of jewels, and strange fruits that glistened like stars. To Sinbad, these ships were more than vessels. They were keys to a wider world, a world of mystery and danger. Why should I spend my 9 lives in comfort, he often thought, when the seas hold stories waiting to be lived? One dawn, driven by an unshakable fire, Sinbad made his choice. He left behind his wealth, slung a simple satchel over his shoulder, and padded boldly onto the docks. There, a grand vessel was preparing to sail. Its captain, a massive tabby Tom with a scar across his muzzle, bellowed orders while his crew scrambled about. Sinbad raised his chin. "Captain, I am no stranger to courage. Take me with you. Let me see the world." The old tomcat studied him for a moment, then rumbled with laughter. "You've got spirit, young Whiskers. The sea devours the weak, but perhaps it will sharpen you instead. Welcome aboard." And so, with a pounding heart, Sinbad began his first voyage. The days at sea were filled with wonder. The cats worked together, their paws pulling ropes, their sharp eyes fixed on the horizon. At night, they sat beneath the stars, tails curled around them, telling tales of storms, monsters, and treasures hidden in forgotten lands. Sinbad listened wide-eyed, his heart swelling with both fear and excitement. Weeks passed until one bright morning, the cry rang out, "Land, land ahead." An island rose before them, green and lush, with towering trees and streams of crystal water. The sailors purred with relief. After weeks of salted fish and hard bread, the thought of fresh fruit and soft grass filled them with joy. They anchored the ship and leapt ashore, rolling in the grass, cleaning trees for coconuts, and splashing in the streams. Sinbad, too, enjoyed the island, but curiosity tugged at his whiskers. He wandered farther inland, sniffing the breeze, ears twitching at the strange bird calls echoing overhead. Then he felt it, a tremor beneath his paws, at first soft, like the purr of some distant giant, then stronger, shaking the ground. Leaves fell from the trees. The stream beside him rippled unnaturally. Sinbad froze, fur bristling. A deafening crack split the air. The ground itself heaved upward, tilting the cats off their paws. The trees swayed violently, roots tearing free from the soil. The island was moving. "By the whiskers of the moon," one sailor yowled, "this is no island." And indeed, with a roar that shook the heavens, the truth revealed itself. The landmass rose from the sea, water cascading down in torrents. Beneath the forested surface was a vast ancient shell. The island was in fact a colossal sea turtle, so massive that mountains seemed to rest upon its back. Its eyes, glowing like twin golden suns, glared at the intruders who had disturbed its rest. With a single mighty movement, the creature dived back into the ocean depths. The impact sent towering waves crashing in every direction. The sailors shrieked as their ship was hurled into the air, then smashed down upon the water. Wood splintered, masts cracked, and cats were flung into the raging sea. Sinbad clawed desperately at a floating beam as the storm swallowed the ship whole. Lightning slashed the skies, thunder roared, and the ocean spun him like a ragged toy. Salt water stung his eyes. Waves slammed into his body again and again. Still, he clung to the wood, his claws digging grooves into it, his teeth bared in defiance. Hours blurred into days. The blazing sun scorched him by day, while icy winds bit through his soaked fur by night. Hunger gnawed at his belly, thirst cracked his tongue, and still the ocean tossed him endlessly. More than once he whispered to the stars, "Is this how my story ends?" Yet each time, something inside him, a fire stronger than fear, urged him to endure. On the third dawn, just as his strength was failing, a great wave lifted him high and hurled him forward. He struck sand, sweet, golden sand. With the last of his strength, Sinbad dragged himself ashore. He lay trembling, coughing up seawater, his emerald eyes dull with exhaustion. Then slowly, he raised his head. Before him stretched a vast and wild island. Towering trees swayed in the salty wind. Strange cries echoed through the jungle, promising both danger and discovery. Though his body ached, Sinbad's spirit blazed once more. He had faced the fury of the sea, survived the wrath of a beast larger than imagination, and endured hunger, storms, and despair. And yet, he lived. The first voyage of Sinbad the Cat had ended in ruin, but it was only the beginning of a destiny greater than he could yet imagine. Stay tuned for the next thrilling chapter of Sinbad the Cat's 7 voyages. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next magical tale.